Oh, hello. My name is William Miller. I'm a professional media archivist and dedicated to the art of preserving the history of film and television. Recently in the archivist world, we've struck gold. We've recovered and restored the first documented film review show that set the groundwork for the next 80 years of vocal film criticism. I've been given the honor of premiering this rare find to the public. Now please enjoy a taste of what a typical episode usually looked like.
Hello and welcome back to Too Real, the only movie talk show. I'm Tommy.
And I'm Richard. You know the Fireside Chats?
It's like that.
FBI gave us these jobs, and I'll be damned if we don't do them justice.
But before we start, let's take a moment for our sponsor. Soap! Do you like staying clean?
Heck yes.
Well, buy soap today.
Squeak, squeak.
That's been a word from our sponsor,
Soap! Now, let's get into this episode. We just got out of the theater after seeing a recent flick, one most people seem to miss.
The Wizard of Oz.
Saw it at the Nickel Theater down the road.
Cost a dime.
Inflation.
Jeez, but let's talk about this flick though, huh?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite magical.
It blew my freaking mind. There's one part of this flick that you'll be thinking about over and over and over again. I wasn't sure I was gonna like this, but then this little girl, Dorothy, walks through this world and it gets all colorful.
Green, yellow, blue, red. I really like that.
But, I didn't care for that, what's her name? What's the actress's name? Julie Garfield, yeah.
I think it's Junie Gao, Tommy.
Oh, she sucked.
The dog, too.
Still, though, some of those moments still really got to me.
No, same here. I cried. This was a heavy one. Felt like a house fell on top of me.
Well, no spoilers.
No spoilers, but I haven't stormed the witches in the movie.
The movie was called The Wizard of Oz, but, he was barely in the dang thing. No spoilers, but, he wasn't in until the dang end.
And while we're on the topic of complaints, the witch, no spoilers, but she dies through a little bit of water. How am I supposed to be scared of a lady that can't even handle the friggin' rain?
Right, exactly. I think, though, we need a little backstory about her. What makes her so dang wicked?
That's a darn good idea, Tommy. I bet those box office numbers would defy gravity.
University made me wicked. Maybe we could take place there.
Shit, that's a good idea.
Well, overall, I think I give the film 2 thumbs up.
How many?
2, Richard. 2.
The show continued on like this for many moons, until one fateful day, December 7th, 1941.
So you're telling me you honestly think Buster Keaton would beat Chaplin in a fight?
Okay, look, Chaplin's a scrawny little fella. There's no way he could have it.
But he's got the footwork.
Oh,
guys, hey, we're doing a show. Get out of here. Oh my.
What happened? Let me see that.
They got away.
That's when everything began to change.
Now, for the only sponsor that matters, War Bonds.
Buy now and help us defeat the Germans.
Buy now and get our boys back home.
You are American, after all, aren't you?
Finally, the draft got to them too. Their chairs not squirmed in for several years. But the war wouldn't last forever, and eventually, everyone, including the 2 real hosts, were able to return home and resume their work. Though it would be foolish to assume things would be the same.
It's a wonderful life. It sure is. I really think this film is spectacular.
Well, I think you're a communist.
Fights like this became common, and the show turned off the microphones for good shortly after this. At this point, Tommy and Richard were no longer friends, and once the show wrapped up, they didn't talk for years. The last documented instance of them interacting was in the bathroom at the Empire Strikes Back premiere in 1980. They both agreed the twist ending had no merit. They had no family, and after passing, they were buried next to each other, able to debate for the rest of their lives. Rest in peace, boys. Movies aren't the same without you.